Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Complete Sets. So, we didn't finish the Complete Sets. I thought I did, but apparently I missed one. I even made the character. I loaded the character up with equipment, and I did everything that I was supposed to do to make the video, but for some reason or another, I just didn't actually create the video. So here we are, and as you can see above my head, it is called Orphan's Call. It is a 4-piece set, and it is, we're going to go over it together. So first we're going to read off the stats of each individual item, and we're going to go from there. So give me just a second, and we will get started. So the first thing we are going to start with is the helmet. The helmet is called Guillaume's face. I have no idea how to pronounce that. It is a winged helm, and it has a strength requirement of 115, so fairly high. A defense of 217, and level 34, which is not bad. 30% faster hit recovery, which is always good for melee and basically any character, to be honest. But I think it helps more melee characters than it does others. 35% chance of crushing blow, which is amazing. Crushing blow, as I've talked about many times, is a % chance to do a set % of the monster's current HP pool. Alright, so if you hit somebody and it triggers, so this is a 35% chance, if it triggers, it will take off a exact amount of HP off of that monster's hit points. And it is going to go down with the monster's hit points. So for instance, if you were to attack a monster who has, say, 100 health, all right, so 100 health would subtract the 25% for normal monsters, all right, so that's monsters that are not named, not champions, not like Diablo or anything like that. Then it's 12.5% for named monsters, and 10% for PvP. So for instance, if you were to hit somebody who has 100 health with Crushing Blow, you would do your damage, but you would also do 25% of their hit points in damage, which would be 25 hit points. That doesn't seem like a lot. But if you were to hit somebody who has, say, 1,000,000 health, and you trigger your Crushing Blow, 1,000,000 health, 25% of 1,000,000 health is 250,000 damage. So as you can see, Crushing Blow can be very effective versus those targets that have a very large amount of hit points. Now granted, it's 12.5% versus the champions, uniques, and bosses. So it does go down, and it's only 10% in PvP. And on ranged or missile weapons, it's 12.5% versus normal enemies, 5% versus PvP, and 6.25 on champions, uniques, and bosses. But even though you get that penalty on missile weapons, think about the fact that with missile weapons, you can hit multiple targets, you can pierce through, so you could actually hit, 2 or 3 targets at the same time, and you could possibly proc Crushing Blow on every single one of them. So although you're doing less damage with range, Crushing Blow is still going to help you out a lot. Then we have another effect on here called Deadly Strike, and Deadly Strike is double damage. Deadly Strike is not the same as Critical Strike that Amazons, Assassins, and Barbarians get. And they do stack in a way. So Critical Strike is a chance to do double damage, and Deadly Strike is also a chance to do double damage. However, the two chances do not stack on top of each other, so you don't get 4 times damage. However, they do stack in a very unobvious way. So if you have 2 dice, for instance, and you were to roll 1 dice, you would have a chance to get a 6, right? And if you rolled another dice, you would have another chance to get a 6. And how the game is going to do it is it's going to roll 1 Critical Strike first, and if your Critical Strike doesn't roll a 6, it rolls the Deadly Strike to see if you can get another. And I know it might sound confusing since I'm using dice, but just think about it like this. If one fails, the other tries. And if that one fails too, then both fail. But it works in a way that it allows both of them to roll, and as long as one succeeds, you still get the double damage. You also have 120% enhanced defense here, which is static. We have 15 to strength, which is always nice to have, plus to strength on equipment, because it's going to give you a very nice, ability to equip other things that might have higher strength requirements, like armor or weapons. And then we have no green bonuses on this, so no green bonuses for putting on multiple pieces. All right. You can always put a socket in a helmet, by the way, so it's important to note that. This one does not come with a socket. You can put one in there. Next on the list is Whistram's Guard. Whistram's Guard is a round shield, so it is a nightmare version of the shield. It is 154 defense, 75% chance to block, 53 strength requirement, which is very low, required level 29, 40% faster block rate, 55% increased chance of blocking, 175% enhanced defense, half freeze duration, +5 to light radius, and of course you can throw a socket in there. Very, very high block chance, and the block chance varies depending on the class. So for instance, it is 97% on Amazon Assassin Barbarian, 92% on Druid, Necromancer, and Sorceress. So very, very high. Very, very high. Wait a minute, I'm looking at something wrong here. Hold on. Actually, it doesn't have the Druid, Necromancer, and Sorceress block rate listed. It's only listing the Paladin, which is 97%, the Amazon Assassin and Barbarian, which is 92%, and I believe the Druid, Necromancer, and Summoner is like 5% slower or lower, so it would still be higher than the 75% cap. So no matter what, we're still looking at 75% chance to block. You can't actually go over the block chance. But when you are hit with the penalty for running, which brings you down to 1/4, or is it 1/4 or is it 1/3? I think it's 1/3 of your block chance. That will actually help you out a little bit because it will cap at 25%. All right, so the next item on the list is Magnus's skin. Shark skin gloves with 60 defense. 20% increased attack speed, which is always nice to have on a melee character. Extra attack rating there, so 100 to attack rating. 50% enhanced defense, which is static. Fire resist 15% and +3 to light radius. Not the worst gloves, not the best gloves. I mean, if I had them on a melee character, I would certainly use them. They're level 37 though, which is definitely higher than the 2 previous pieces that we've looked at. So far we have a level 29 shield and a level 34 helmet, and the gloves are way higher than that at level 37. Then next on the list we have Wilhelm's Pride Battle Belt, which is level 42, again very, very high, with a strength requirement of 88, so it might not be something a low strength class might be able to use. 5% mana steal, 5% life steal, which is always nice, dual life leech. Cold resist 10% and enhanced defense 75%, which is static. This belt is very interesting. The dual life leech is certainly something that you could use on a lot of characters. Might be something you could just have around. Now the full set bonus for this is 100 defense, 20 to strength, 10 to dexterity, 85 to life, all resistances 15, attacker takes damage of 5, and 80% better chance of magic items. So let's take a look at our stats here. And we have no other equipment on except for our Orphans Call set. And as you can see here, we have 30 fire resistance, 25% cold resistance, 15 lightning, and 15 poison. So not terrible. It's only a 4-piece set, and it is only taking up 1, 2, 3, 4. The helmet, shield, belt, and glove slots. The shield is a place where you get a lot of resistances from, so maybe you might put like a perfect diamond or something in there since it already has maximum block rate. And the helmet, of course, you could get resistance from that as well. But I don't know. It's a very melee or ranged orientated set. It has faster hit recovery, it has crushing blow, it has deadly strike, it has plus to strength on the set. So you got 15 on the helmet, and then you've got 20 on the belt on the full set essentially. So if you take off the helmet has all that strength attached to it because it completes the set. So 150 strength to 185, and then of course it gives dexterity. I'm not sure what to say about this set. 80% magic find is definitely nice. For 4 pieces, it's not the greatest. especially since it's taking up the shield slot, which would be like, what, 25 Magic Find. The helmet slot can be 74 easily. And then the gloves, you can usually get like 30% and then 30. So if you were wearing like just Magic Find gear, it would be 30, 30, so that's 60, 74, so 60, 70, what's that, 134, 50, 60, 170, like 170-ish is what you're giving up, and it only gives you 80, so 80 plus 80 is 60, so it's not even half of what you could possibly get from this. Of course, you could throw a P Topaz in here, which would bring you up by 24%. And an Ist rune in the shield, maybe. I don't know if that's what you're going for. But it does have 85 to life, which is a rather large amount of life. I mean, when you can see, when I take off the belt, my health goes down to 89. And when I put the belt on, my health goes up to 139. So pretty huge bonus in life there. Overall, I mean, it's a decent little low-level set. If it weren't for the belt being level 42, I'd say this is something that you could just have around and put on like a low-level level 30 character. The shield itself, without any other effects, is a very nice blocking shield, but it doesn't have much else going for it. I feel like I would definitely throw a perfect diamond in there for the all resistances if I did use this on any character. The helmet seems like a very nice piece even just by itself. You know, it has that faster hit recovery, the crushing blow, the deadly strike, and then the plus to strength. So, I mean, if you can get 115 strength to put this on, it's going to give you even more strength, and then it's going to give you all the effects on top of that, so the double damage and the crushing blow. And having the 30% faster hit recovery is nothing to shake a stick at. I definitely really like this helmet. The gloves with the increased attack speed and the attack rating are not awful, but at level 37, I would hope I'd have something better than that by now. There is a small partial bonus here, as you can see. You get 35 to life, and attacker takes damage of 5 with 3 pieces, and with 2 pieces, you just get the 35 to life. The attacker takes damage of 5 is nothing at all, really, and nobody really cares about that. So you have to have the full set to get those bonuses, and the bonuses really aren't even that great. I mean, the only bonus on here that even looks remotely good is the life and the magic find, but I just really don't know. Like, I feel like this helmet could work its way into a lot of builds, and you know, you could maybe tack on the gloves and get the life, or maybe you would tack on the belt just to get the dual life leech. You know what I mean? And that's not really like a bad combo. I feel like there's a lot of utility here where you could maybe work in 1 or 2 pieces, but it doesn't seem likely that you would use the entire set unless you just happen to have it laying around. And at level 42, there's better equipment that you could be wearing at this point. The resistances that it gives are actually very poor, and that also worries me because, you know, this is normal difficulty. And in normal difficulty, you see I have 30, 25, 15, 15. In Nightmare difficulty, I'm already looking at negatives there. And in Hell difficulty, I'm very, very, very negative. You're talking about negative 100 in Hell, and if you manage to get all 3 of the scrolls, you know, it goes down to negative 70, but negative 70 is still more than enough to make this very, very poor. Now, of course, you can get some resistances from your rings, your boots, your amulet, and your armor. 35% chance of crushing blow is nice, and you can stack crushing blow up to 100%. So if you have other pieces of equipment on that also have crushing blow, it is going to stack. Deadly strike also stacks as well. So if you put on multiple pieces of armor that build deadly strike, and deadly strike is very important for characters that don't have critical strike. So you know, Amazon has critical strike, Barbarian has critical strike, Paladin does not. So if you want to put this on a paladin, it might be a very good option, because you would give yourself, your faster hit recovery, your crushing blow, your deadly strike, so that when you're zealing, you can have a chance to double your damage, have a chance to get those nice crushing blows off, and then of course when you're in there, actually in the thick of it fighting, you're getting that faster hit recovery, which is going to help you out a lot. There are a lot better choices for shields for paladins, though. The very interesting thing about this shield is it offers an amazing amount of block percentage. You could put this on just about anybody. This shield could go on just about anybody, and you would have maximum block. And it gives you 40% faster block rate as well to go along with your increased block chance. So if you wanted to put this shield on, say, like a necromancer or a sorceress or some character that just is generally going to have a very low block chance to begin with, it might be a good idea. But you're going to have to make sure you build some faster blocking, because with those classes that have very low block chance, they also tend to have very poor faster blocking rate, and this means that they could get stuck in a block loop, which is not something that you want. Very interesting there, because it does have half freeze duration. It's got just massive amounts of blocking. I would definitely throw some type of gem or something in it to bring up the resistances, though. At level 29, though, it's equipable to just about any character with 53 strength. Most characters are going to have at least 53 strength. I think that pretty much covers it for this set. It's a very interesting set, that's for sure, and I'm sure that you could work in individual pieces of this into your equipment. Like Wilhelm's Pride could definitely go on any character to help out with mana and lifesteal. The shield could definitely go on a character that you want to make sure is blocking. The helmet could definitely go on like a ranged character or a melee character, a paladin. The deadly strike is actually going to help out any character that has critical strike. It's going to increase that chance that you'll get that double damage, so that's always nice. And then the gloves, of course, they may not be the best, but if you have them laying around and you don't have anything better, it's not a bad choice. Anyway, as always, if you're interested in finding these items, I will have the link to my Magic Find video down in the description, and I certainly apologize for missing this set. So I guess this makes this set the last set that I will do a video on. Now, I do have another idea for a video, and it may be a little bit while before I get it in place. I wanted to make one last video essentially on sets that can be worn together, and special ways that certain sets can be used. And there are a couple different sets that can be worn together, like in tandem, and there are some sets that have some very unique abilities, like for instance the Angelic set, which can be worn in multiple pieces. So for instance, you have 2 ring slots, and there's a ring in that set, so you can actually put on 2 rings as a part of the set and get 2 sets of bonuses from the rings. But you have to wear another piece of the set to make it work. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching, and keep watching.